Our first guest is a very special guest. He's been in the game, the comedy stand-up game, for a long time. And he's been writing and working with some of the great icons of stand-up comedy history. Everybody from Sam Kinison, Bill Hicks, Robin Williams. He's been there. He's done it all. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Long Island's own Stephen Pearl. Stephen, how you doing, man?
That's how the Jews control the web. Oh, we're on the air. Oh, hi. How you doing? Good to see you. Yes, I worked with Sam Kinison and Robin, Kevin, me, all the dead guys. Name them: Grover Cleveland, James Knox Oak, Clark and McCullough. I've worked. Everyone dead. I've worked with them. Lucky me. I know all the dead guys, man.
But it's such a part of comedy history. You're a part of it all. Like, you know, even in the Comedy Store days, you famously had to follow Richard Pryor a few times.
Yeah.
So it's incredible. You are stand-up comedy.
I've been at it 43 years, and I'm going to keep at it till I can get on a young comedian special thing. How about these newfangled automobiles? I don't think they'll catch on. Yeah, I started in 77. Oh, my God. When I started, to give you an idea how old I am, when I started, Elvis was alive and Son of Sam was on the loose, okay?
Wow.
In fact, I had a girlfriend at the time. The second time I went on stage, or third or fourth, there was a Catch a Rising Star in New York. Remember them, folks? And
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend, and she wore a wig because she heard she came to see me. She heard Son of Sam was coming after a woman with shoulder-length brown hair, which she had, so she wore this Harpo wig. So, you know, so like Sam wouldn't shoot her, and he didn't, so it worked.
Hey,
But
it works.
That's how long I've been doing this shit, man. So here we are.
Wow, man. Yeah, you've been definitely doing it a long time. And now you bounced around a little bit. You earned your bones kind of in San Francisco and LA, and now you're in Las Vegas. How long you been over there in Vegas?
I've been in Las Vegas since September 6th of 2018. I moved. I got totally sick of LA in 2009. I reconnected with an old girlfriend from the 80s in San Francisco. So I moved back up there. We lived together for a long time. And and the rents just got insane. And it's not much of a comedy scene there. People say, come to Vegas. So that's where, you know, old Jews go to die in Miami and old comics go to finish their careers in Las Vegas. And I had a choice, so I decided I'd go to Las Vegas. So I came to Vegas with my girlfriend, but the air here is really bad for her, so she can't live here. So she's in California and I'm here. We're still, as far as I don't know if we're together or not, I don't know what's going on. But I'm here with 3 cats and I'm digging it, man. I like it here.
How have you been handling the quarantine?
I'm going nuts like everyone else. It sucks. I like my alone time, plenty, but I also like human contact, and I love getting on stage. And none of us can do that now. So like everyone else, I'm climbing the walls. And if this thing doesn't end soon, I'm going on a 7-state shin kicking spree. I'm going to snap it. It sucks. You know, what can you do? It's scary. You know, I'm 64. I've never seen anything like this in my life. You know. Maybe like smallpox in the 30s or something, but that was a little not to ask Betty White about that.
Now, that there are some stuff I definitely want to talk to you, because you came up through, like you said, the 70s and 80s into the comedy boom. And you had, you know, you're famous for your fast kind of riff style of comedy. So tell me a little bit about the origins of your style and I guess, natural or did you?
I don't know what it is, man. People go, what do you call it? I go, Arthur. I don't know. Call it what you want. Yeah. It's been called like a Tasmanian devil or a tornado on amphetamines. I don't know. It's probably out of nervousness. I didn't like silence up there, and when I started, I got a lot of it. So I started talking fast. I don't know. Nervousness probably what it is. What's led into whatever it is I'm doing now, but it seems to work most of the time, so I'm happy with it.
Oh, it's more like, yeah. It's the Americans. Quick, throw the pebbles. Get out of here. Get him up. Yeah. Man the catapult. Rashid, make a scatty face. He's gurning. Let's get out of here. He swallowed his dot with his turban. Oh, man. Oh, Iraqi. There's a real romantic language. He said he'd like to caress you gently in the breeze. One of the rules of Iraqi grammar is before gaga. Except after squiggly thing with 2 dots on top of it, huh?
Yeah, you got that like that fast kind of stream of consciousness style, just like Robin Williams. And so it's kind of cool that you two guys became pretty close friends.
Yeah. Well, he did some of my stuff sometimes without permission, but he's a friend. We reconnected when I moved back up north, and in 2009, that's when I saw him a lot. And the powder was gone, and everybody was like fairly sane again. So we saw each other a lot there. He got us to his place in New York when he did the play there, the Bengal Tiger at the Baghdad Zoo.
When an atheist suddenly finds himself walking around after death, he's got some serious reevaluating to do.
So in New York for about a week, and then he went to his wedding, and he got us into a private show he did with Paul McCartney for 600 people in Las Vegas.
Nice.
He let us enjoy his life quite a few times. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So second time we connected.
Now I do want to ask you, because there's the kind of the mythical story about Robin, that it's common knowledge that he would take jokes because he's such a stream of consciousness. But it's this story, and I just want to hear it from you if get the facts straight. The story goes that he took one of your jokes, and then you confronted him like backstage at one of the clubs.
And I shot him in the face.
It said like that you confronted him, and then he took out a checkbook and wrote you a check and said, "Now you're my writer."
I think he did that with other guys, but with me, it was usually a phone call. I watched Letterman. Oh, that's good. It's funny. It's funny. Oh shit, that's mine. Remember those? You're fired. And then call back, and I get a check the next day. But the deal was he didn't deliberately go out. It wasn't like a Carlos Mencia thing. That guy knows he's stealing.
Right.
That guy's the Nixon of comedy. I always find that. I have no idea. Let's look at the tape. And because I'll tell you, I once had a T-shirt. I was with Robin once, and I had a T-shirt with the slide guitar genius Dwayne Allman on it. Today I'm wearing Johnny Winter. Ah!
Nice.
I was wearing a Dwayne Allman T-shirt. Robin goes, "Who's that?" I go, "It's Dwayne Allman. He's a slide guitarist, founded the Allman Brothers, did a lot of session work with Aretha Franklin, blah, blah, blah." A few days later, I see Robin again. I'm wearing the T-shirt. I did wash it between times. And he goes, "Who's that?" I go, "It's Dwayne Allman. He's a slide guitar player, the Allman Brothers band, and did sessions." About 10 days later, I see Robin again. I'm wearing the Dwayne Allman T-shirt. "Who's that?" "It's Dwayne Allman. He's a slide guitar, the Allman band. You don't remember? You son of a bitch. There's too much shit going through your mind." So he just had so much shit going on in his head, and I have that too. But he must have had it like a zillion times, more than I did. So I don't think he knew it, or by the time it came out halfway out his mouth, he goes, "Oh, I think I have to write a check." So, but. I don't want people to think this guy was like a thief, just a thief, because this guy was fucking brilliant, man. He was incredible. You ever watch him? 95% of what he did was out of his mind, and it was brilliant. It was amazing.
I think that's why, like a lot of people do know that he took stuff, but I think the reason he does get a pass, so to speak, he's not labeled like Mencia or any of the others, is because of that. Because they understand, most people understand the genius of Robin, and when you got a million things flushing through your head, things are going to come out.
Exactly. Exactly. He had a million things, and I can imagine what his dreams are like. He just and I'm on Mars, now I'm on the core of the Earth, now I'm underwater, But that's just the way it worked. That's the way he was wired. And luckily, he got into comedy instead of going into banking or being a well. In fact, you can hear on my late great podcast show, Rifferendum, RIFFERENDUM.com. I did a nice interview with him at his house, and
nice.
People like Rick Overton and Tom Dreesen and Johnny Winter and Edgar Winter and Felicia Michaels and Gary Snow and all kinds of good people.
Wow, a lot of great people.
Rifferendum.com. It's
Rifferendum. I will put the link to that.
There you go.
In this interview for all of the fans.
Yeah.
But you know what? Because your energy and stage persona is very similar to Robin's. I could imagine when the two of you are hanging out. Are you on, or are you kind of off, or what's it like when you both are on?
Both. When you hang out with your friends, sometimes you're on, sometimes you just want to sit and not say a word and play checkers or go fishing or do nothing. So, It depends, you know. Yeah, we'd riff, man. We'd riff our asses off on stage or off stage. And sometimes we just kind of hang out. And an hour later, somebody say, "So what's up?" And an hour later, say, "Yeah, nothing." So you know, we're just like friends hanging out with anybody. So yeah.
That's cool. Now you are definitely a comics comic all the way through. You've inspired.
Comic means the audience doesn't get him and he hardly works. Remember that word.
Oh, that's
alternative comic. That means not funny.
That's true.
We don't alternative improv. It's all planned out. You know, it's alternative.
But do you like keep track with the new comics and are there any comedians out there that you see yourself in, or is there any comedians out there that you just think are great, new ones?
I don't really watch any of the younger ones. Like I like the older, you know, my contemporaries who are like now in their 90s and hundreds, and you know, I like them. And out here, since I've been to Vegas, I've been meeting a lot of younger comics, and now I'm starting to look at the ones out here anyway. There's some really funny people out here, so you know, there's a lot of good people. So there's a good community here in Las Vegas. So.
Who wants a guy? Look at his hairy, smelly, sweaty, something sticking out. Looks like Keith Richards' neck over here. What happened to Keith Richards? Fell out of a coconut tree and had brain surgery? Now I can pull the coke right in the hose. Oh, this is wonderful.
Because your style is boom, boom, boom. Do you like write jokes like in the traditional sense, like in a notebook, or are they just kind of thoughts?
I try to write them in a notebook, and I always lose them. So it's thoughts, and I'll write it down. I'll have it crumpled in my pocket with a few old Q-tips, and I'll take it out on stage. I'll forget to do it the first 5 times I'm on stage, then I'll start doing it, and I'll do it again, then I'll remember it. And then when I think of a new bit, 2 old bits usually fall out of my head, and I don't see them for a while. So somebody will come pick them up.
New York, fucking New York, man. A lot of happy people in New York City. Hey, fuck you, Vinny, right here, dick brain. Blow me, douchebag, fuckface. Great sermon, Father. See you next Sunday. Hey,
I know that you probably have a million stories with all of the guys you rolled with through the years, some of the icons and stuff like that. Is there any story or any particular time you could tell us about that stands out?
Oh, that was my favorite Beatles song. Yeah. There's just a lot of them. I remember Sam Kinison throwing furniture out the window at the Comedy Store comedian's house. That was fun. And help me with this couch. No, get your own hernia, fat boy. I'll just watch.
So you were in the house while he was.
More poke out on the table, big boy. You're a star.
So while he's in the house, you were there while Sam was actually famously doing it.
Yeah. So.
And what's that like being in the mix of that? Like, are you nervous? Or are you kind of laughing, or like, what's the scene like?
A little of everything, you know, and they're pretty numb too with what we were taking back then. So that, and I remember I had to follow Pryor 3 times in 1 week in the original room at the Comedy Store when I first got there. Mitzi was in, I'm going to see how good this guy really is. And wow. And this was before he got sick. He was Richard Pryor then, man. And I went down in flames the first night. And then the second night, I figured I got to think of a strategy here. And he killed, of course. I went on after. I go, I feel like Pat Boone following Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock. Whoa, Purple Haze, boom. I killed him, and I had him from then on. And I did that the third night, and I killed again. And even prior to the third night, I said, "You funny, man." So, wow, Richard Pryor told me I was funny. It was some wild stuff, wild stuff going on there.
That's pretty cool. It is really cool. Like you said, you were born at the perfect time. You got to see Hendrix play, but better than that, you got to be a part of stand-up comedy history. I mean, you lived through it, shoulder to shoulder with these guys. That's
stuff. I grinded my teeth on Sam Kinnison's kitchen floor many times, and hung out with Robin and Johnny and Edgar Winter, really good friends. And I just met people prior, and it's it could have been better, but it sure could have been a hell of a lot worse. So it's been a lot of fun. So and it's not over yet. Well, maybe with the germs and the killer hornets, it might be, but killed by little bitty things. So
I know.
But, no, I'm enjoying every day. Still, it's amazing. This is moving to Vegas is another chapter in my life, and I'm working here and making new friends, and all my old friends pass through town sooner or later. So the Vegas is a perfect place for me right now.
Yeah, I've never been to Vegas, man. I want to get out there. I want to see some comedy out there.
Oh, it's happening. There's a million places. There will be, hopefully,
Yeah, I know. We got to get this.
the end of
Stone
days.
again. I'm still waiting. I got to get a haircut. I still have so many things.
I know. Peace, man.
It started to become
Which Allman brother are you? Got the good stuff.
But you do have the energy and you know, you're outspoken and all that stuff. So I do want to ask you a couple hot topics, if that's okay, and
hot topics. Let's do it. Hot topics.
Hot topics. Are you ready?
Okay.
And then just get the murder hornets that are now in.
I am hoping that they run into the killer African bees and they have a rumble and just kill each other. So that's, you know, it's something. You know, it's like, hey man, what you know, man? We were here first. Hey, no, I go to kill you, man. What fuck you, motherfucker? So I don't know. The murder. It's always says the germs and the murder hornets, and the deadly volleyball players are coming. I don't know. It's the end of days. We're finished.
The next one is the. Have you seen about the Pentagon released that video of UFOs flying around?
Oh yeah, sure. You know, what's so new about that, man? You know, I've been watching those for years. Some fake, some probably real. And yeah, sure. You know, we've been watching for a while. But it's like, would you go back to your old elementary school? Why do they want to come here? You know, would you go like 50 miles out of your way to like go down an anthill? No, man. They're just watching us, man. It's like looking at an ant farm. You know?
Do you think the aliens are just kind of just watching us to see how we're growing or see how we're doing?
Yeah, I think when we went to the moon, they came. Oh, how cute! Baby's first steps. Oh, baby's learning how to speak. His first two.
We were just talking a little bit about getting back out there in the crowds and stuff like that. What do you think about these protesters who are out there protesting with no masks on and all that?
Let them all open and hang out together and kill each other. You know, I don't care. Let them do whatever they want. You know, I understand people snapping and being impatient because this has really not happened in our lifetime. This is like, you know, it's like with the plague. Bring out your dead. Ding, ding, ding. Bring out your dead. So people are snapping, and we all want to get back to work, but I'm not getting back to work until, as I said, somebody in a laptop goes, it's okay now. But let them snap, let them go, let them kill each other. What do I don't know any of them. I burrow.
What's your thoughts on cabin fever, and how are you experiencing that?
I've got it, brother. You know, but it sucks. It's cabin fever blows. I mean, you got it. You got a nice view over there. It's like, look, there's the Mandelbaum's house. It's the Mandelbaum. Sorry, I stole your newspaper. I'm still going outside. I go to the store. I go outside, drive around, and maybe once every 10 days, I go to a friend's house for dinner because it's like you gotta have some human contact.
Right. Yeah.
You know, thank God for Wi-Fi, my cats, and the weed, man. You know, it makes it a lot easier.
Wi-Fi, cats, and weed. That should be the title of your book if you ever.
Yeah, Wi-Fi, cats, and weed. Definitely with an introduction.
What's your thoughts on Joe Biden?
Touchy feel. I sat next to Joe Biden once. It was a touching experience, but I gotta tell you, one candidate likes to grab the woman by the, and the other one likes to grab by everything. You know, stop touching people, Joe. Stop it. Stop touching people. The very president touched people. Roosevelt didn't touch people. Half would lick them because he felt, let's see what they taste like. See, that cat half is a fat mother. Shut your mouth.
And what do you think about the Las Vegas Raiders coming to town over there?
Well, I don't have the sports team, but I think anything that brings some revenue and people to this town is a good thing since I live here. So, sorry, Oakland, you messed up. I haven't liked Oakland since I found my car on bricks there. So.
Oh yeah, that will do it.
Oh, Oakland, where the crime rate goes up every day, and the bebop sounds are all around, and the red blood covers up the gray. Sorry, I get a Broadway flashback there.
I like when you break it. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome when you break into song. That's terrific.
I got Broadway in my blood.
So tell me a little bit about what you got going on. You got the podcast go. Obviously, there's no performing right now, unfortunately, but you're still doing your podcast.
Yeah, RIFFERANDUM.com, referendum.com. Check it out. Old timey fun interviews on there. Robin Williams and a bunch of other very talented people. And nothing, man. I'm doing a lot of Zoom interviews and feeding the cats, bro. You know. So what do I do out here? I don't want to do any Zoom shows without an audience or anything, not stand-up shows, but I'll do all the interviews if anybody wants. But yeah, nothing. I've been grounded. I'm 64. I've been grounded. It's amazing.
Well, Stephen, I am so happy you called and we got to do this interview today. Definitely, yeah. Well, next time you're in New York.
Yeah, let's do a part 2 through 756 real soon. Yeah,
for sure, man. You rock, my friend. Thanks again for everything. Stephen Pearl, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Vote for me, student council, root beer in the water fountains. Yes.